Since 1994, Georgia has lost around 1,213,000 people, which is roughly 25% of its 1994 population. What's particularly shocking about this, however, is that one region alone represents around 25% of that loss, Imereti. During that same period of time, Imereti has lost almost 300,000 people. Between 2018 and 2020, Imereti shrank by 20,000 people, while Georgia as a whole only shrank by 12,700. Why is Imereti at the heart of Georgia's immigration problem, and what does this represent for Georgia as a whole? To answer this question, you first have to know a bit about international relations. One of the most influential models of international trade, called the heckscher-ohlin model, was developed in the early 20th century to explain why certain countries trade with each other. This outlook of international trade asserts that economies are either labor-dominant or capital-dominant. If a country is labor-dominant, then it will specialize in labor-intensive goods and services, such as textiles and agricultural products, while capital-dominant countries will focus on the production of capital-intensive products, such as high-tech goods like electronics, and may also have their economies focus on capital-intensive services, such as finance, research, and education. For example, the United Kingdom and Germany are both capital-dominant countries, while Georgia is mostly a labor-dominant country. According to the heckscher-ohlin model, Germany and the UK wouldn't trade much with each other because they both produce similar goods and services, but they would trade with Georgia. Even though the heckscher-ohlin model is an oversimplification of global trade, its basic principles are still applicable. During the Soviet Union, Imereti was home to labor-intensive production, such as zinc, coal, and manganese mining. Today, however, the Georgian government is attempting to reorient the Georgian economy away from labor-intensive production to capital-intensive production by turning the country into a regional logistics, technological, and tourism hub. The problems associated with economic reorientation aren't unique to Georgia. Rather, they are a global phenomenon affecting even the world's largest economies. For example, the American cities of Youngstown, Detroit, and St. Louis were once major manufacturing centers, and all three cities have seen their populations decrease by over 50% over the past 60 years. On the flip side of this coin, in 2015 and 2016, just 5 US states, California, Texas, Florida, New York, and Georgia, were home to 51% of America's new jobs but only hold 36% of America's population. As recently as 2019, California, Texas, and Florida created 32% of all jobs in the United States, while they only represent 27% of the country's population. Unfortunately, this pattern is the same for Georgia, where Tbilisi and Achara have been able to successfully transition to a capital-intensive economy, while Imereti, Georgia's largest labor-intensive region, continues to stagnate. The Georgian government's 3 main economic development plans have largely failed Imereti in their promise to deliver prosperity. Despite Imereti's precipitous population loss, there is increasing hope for its future. For starters, Imereti's airport, located in Kutaisi, has now become the second busiest airport in Georgia after Wizz Air established a hub, giving the region a much-needed influx of foreign capital in the form of tourists. Additionally, one of Georgia's 3 free industrial zones is located in Kutaisi. What may be the most important project for Imereti and Georgia is the completion of Kutaisi University City. This planned university hopes to accommodate 60,000 students once it's completed and is partnered with the Munich Technical University. The establishment and future operation of Kutaisi Technical University should prove to be an integral part of Georgia's social development program. The university will be able to educate Georgian students in the increasingly important fields of science, technology, IT, and medicine. This should also help encourage Georgia's youth to stay in Georgia to obtain their university education rather than move abroad. Finally, with the introduction of a science and technology-based university, foreign companies will hopefully see that the Georgian education system is capable of creating a well-educated professional class to fulfill careers in upper management, trade, logistics, and other high-paying sectors of the economy. Despite numerous plans on bringing the country into the 21st century, Imereti cannot yet escape the relics of its past. Since the dissolution of the USSR in 1991, Imereti has suffered the most from the pitfalls of Georgia's various development plans. Despite this, Imereti, perhaps more so than any other region in Georgia, holds the most potential for a successful economic comeback, thanks, in large part, to its bountiful natural resources, including its scenic beauty, its manufacturing infrastructure, and its ability to adapt to change. For more information on Imereti and Georgia, visit our website www.visiting-georgia.com. Thanks for watching.